Good morning, traders. Happy Wednesday. It's Jimmy Trades here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm a little under the weather, so bear with me. Hopefully my voice doesn't sound too bad across the video. All right, let's get on with it. Please sub to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. Please like the video and please turn on the notification bell so you can get updates and notifications for whenever I release a new video. All right, let's move on to where we always start our day, and that's the calendar. So we might as well start with oil. Oil, we have inventories today at 10:30. So we'll just be looking for opportunities after 10:30. If you do decide to get into a position from 9 a.m., which is when commodities market opens, excuse me, sorry guys, then if I were you, I'd be looking to exit my position if you haven't already done so before the news drops. So please keep that in mind, 10:30 today for oil inventories. Moving over to the Forex calendar, and it's a quiet day today. We already knew that. No news today. The only news we have this week is on Thursday. So medium probability day today. Looking at the news, or lack of news. So we'll head over to the charts and see what the charts have in store for us. So we're right here straight away on NQ. Down on the 5-minute chart. We'll go out to the 15. And the reason for that is just to show you that we've already seen price take the Asia high and the Asia low. Now, it's looking like potential seek and destroy profile today. So if price now comes back up, something like this, we might be doing this sort of profile today. And again, that could be in readiness for news tomorrow. So with that said, our opportunities are going to lie at the extremes of the range. Okay, and then we can trade it back to equilibrium. All right, so looking for price to move from the extremes of the range, and we can see that's happening right now, where you would then look for an opportunity back into the midpoint of the range. Certainly wouldn't be looking for anything or any trades located in the midpoint of the range, because really you just don't know where price is going to want to go from there. So looking like seek and destroy, and essentially that's what you're looking at, this megaphone pattern. All right, let's clear that up. Now someone did ask me in the comments yesterday about my settings for the ICT kill zones and pivots, so I'll just bring them up now. And feel free to screenshot this. I'll just scroll through. These are the settings that I use for my session highs and session lows. Okay. And that's it. So just having a look through those again. As I say, feel free to screenshot. Great little indicator. And I use it just for the midnight open, or true day open as others call it. I just call it midnight open. And then the session highs for Asia and London. And that's all I use. Okay. All right. Let's move out to the daily. So we can see with yesterday's candle, the closing price was right smack bang at the opening price. And what we had was an open, low, high close. That was the daily profile. And we've now swept external here as well. So I'll be looking at price to see if we can find a move lower. We do have all this low resistance liquidity here to be cleaned up. We're still inside today's range. And as I say, with news tomorrow, maybe we won't get too much volatility today. Ideally, you know, it'd be good to see something like the high taken and then continue lower. And if price respects this wick, the 50% level, then maybe we'll continue higher. If we do continue to move down here now, then we might see price move higher. But using the current information, we have swept external. Now let's see if there's an SMT. Let's clear that up. So again, we have this clear bearish SMT with ES. So we have ES made a lower high. And if we jump over to NQ, we can see that NQ made a higher high compared to the previous day. So we do have a bearish SMT. And using that information, I'm going to look for bearish price action today. Keeping in mind, guys, that this bias is just to help us frame an idea to find an entry. We don't need to have the entire candle play out, the entire daily range play out to the bias that we were seeking. Okay, we just need a bias to give us an entry. That's all we're looking for. If we have our bias, we have our hourly narrative and logic, and we get the sweep of liquidity, then we can drop to the 5-minute and look for that entry function. If all our boxes are ticked, then we can take the trade. So that's how I see NQ today. Bearish SMT, low resistance liquidity. Let's have a look down on the hourly and see what the hourly shows us. So here we have that low resistance liquidity. We have these smooth edges at the lows. And we are in a bit of a consolidation profile, as you can see, and that's that seek and destroy that we were talking about when we look down at the lower time frame, and you can see it there quite clearly. Ideally, if we're going to have that bearish, bias, then I'd like to see something like this play out, or we take this high before moving lower. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. We ran this bearish change in the state of delivery. And price has continued to respect that. Even though we had a close above here, we've moved straight back below, and now we're finding this level as resistance. So it'll be interesting to see if this seek and destroy profile plays out, or if we continue to move lower from here. We were in a range and we did take the top of the range. You can also look at it just from the bodies. If you look at the bodies, you can see that, you know, we've got all these equal body closes and opens. So we've taken the top of that range and this high. So there's potential we may look to move lower here for these smooth edges. Sorry for sounding a bit flat today, guys. The energy's just, it's not there. I'm just not feeling that good at the moment, but that's all right. We'll have a look at a couple more assets. So on ES, we have a little bit of a different story where we've got this SMT. NQ was definitely the stronger pair yesterday. And then, you know, with ES, we're clearly moving from this external, and I'm still looking for price to reach for this internal. And we've got these equal lows here and this LR as well for a target. So looking for price to move lower on ES. And if we move to the hourly, we can see that that change in the state of delivery has continued to be respected. So this bearish change in the state of delivery, we came up, tested that level, we've came up, tried to test it again and push down. And this is where we have these equal lows here. And that for me is a nice clear draw on liquidity. So we want to see manipulation up during New York Open. You know, something like this, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. If we can get something like that playing out to reach for these lows, then we might find a potential entry. Okay, let's have a look at oil. So oil managed to move up yesterday. Unfortunately, didn't give a entry. I was looking for I was actually looking for an entry on oil above everything else yesterday. Really, just looked like a better setup to me. It came down into this hourly bullish FEG. Sorry, into that daily bullish FEG. That's where we're already pushing out of. Okay, so I was looking for price to continue higher, so I had that bullish bias rather. And then we had price, excuse me. Then we had price dip down into this hourly bullish FEG here. That was right at the 9 o'clock open. So I was looking for a potential opportunity from that point. We just didn't get given one. This was the breaker I was initially looking at. And we did get this push down, but we didn't get an FEG aligned, and then we sold straight back off. When we did push through, we didn't get another opportunity to get in. So that was unfortunate on CL yesterday, but it is what it is. Dropping back out to the daily. And price has made its way up into the bearish FEG. Rather large liquidity pool here. We've tapped into that. We had a nice reaction. Now, potentially here, what I'd be looking for is we do have this bullish order block. So we are moving now from internal. So I'd be targeting external. But I will be paying attention to what price does at this level here. Will we bounce or will we disrespect and continue to move lower? So I am going to sit bearish, just using the current information. All right, let's move to the hourly. Thank you for being patient with me here, guys. So we pushed up into an important level. That was the bearish FEG. And we then essentially got, actually, it'll be this level here. We put in this order block. And we have a change in the state of delivery. We have displacement. Okay, so this is our change in the state of delivery, which has been respected. And we can look now for lower prices. So this is looking like a failure swing reversal. Okay, so that's a failure swing. So we look for a breaker. This is a breaker reversal, whereby we have our down close candles here that we're looking for displacement through. So these are the two types of reversals you have, and it looks like we're having this failure swing reversal right now. And we have this low resistance liquidity resting here. This would be an initial draw for me because this low here is resting inside a bullish FEG. So we're going to want to see how price reacts at this level. All right, let's move over to futures, Euro futures that is. And we're just continuing the downtrend here. Really just the momentum in this move lower is quite incredible. We have a bearish order block that was put in here. We then bounced off that. That was respected. We've disrespected or mitigated these bullish points of interest. So we got to close through this bullish FEG. It's really looking like now we're probably heading for this low. And while we continue on this move lower, unless we see a change in the state of delivery, actually quite a decisive change in the state of delivery, something that stands out that you don't have to and ah over, I really would just continue to see prices moving lower at this point. And it's just, you know, I think I said it the other day, if you trade trend lines, well, this is a perfect trend line here. And we just continue to respect this move lower. You know, we move up into bearish PD arrays and then we sell off from them. So remaining overall bearish for Euro futures. Let's have a look at Dixie quickly. We'll just have a look on the daily. So our bias was correct yesterday and we're continuing with that move. It looks like there's quite a lot of strength here in this move higher. So still looking for price to reach for this external. So bullish. And again, like I said yesterday, I do like to see our inversely correlated asset bullish too bearish on our NQ and ES indices. Let's have a look at gold. Let's do it. And gold just continues its run higher. There's really nothing more than just staying with the trend on gold. We've put in an order block here. You know, if price does retrace, I'd like to see that level respected before we continue to move higher. But overall, let's just stick with the trend. There's no point fighting it. So bullish for gold. And look, we are going to get a retracement at some point. There's no doubt about it. You know, if we run our projections from this leg here, we could even see price moving up as high as here to the 29s. All right, let's wrap it up there, guys. I'm going to go and get some rest before New York Open, so I can try and be at my best and brightest. Please like and sub. Also, remember, guys, there's the new My Funded Futures milestone plans out. Okay, so go and check those out. I dropped a post on Twitter. You can go and check my Twitter for that. You'll get 10% off those plans until the end of the month. Actually, it might even be the end of November, using code Jimmy. All right, and Apex also with their 80% off. So remember to always use code Jimmy for the best value, best discounts you can get. And otherwise, just grab a My Funded Futures $80 starter for $76 using code Jimmy. It's a good entry level price. Great. There's no fees when you move to funded. So it's actually a really good value eval. All right, guys. Thanks again. Sub to the channel, like the video, leave your comments below, and we'll chat to you tomorrow. Bye for now.